morning here at the vleague. We are live at the Paco Arena for the first game of today's quadruple header. First two games natin, these will be classification matches, while the last two games are semi-final matches. Games today, San Beda University versus Arellano, followed by De La Salle versus FEU at 1 o'clock. Semifinals naman sa hapon, NU Bulldogs versus the Perpetual Altas and Ateneo versus UST Growling Tigers. This is your vleague Collegiate Challenge Men's Division. Nori Uy together with Ana Gopico and Megan Cabrera. Ana, this is San Beda versus Arellano. Both of them losing in the quarters. Technically, this game is going to be bragging rights between the squads from Mendiola and Legazpi.
I agree with you there, Nori. And I think it's still an exciting match because both teams are actually not in the bottom, and they've been fighting close fights with their opponents with the past few games.
And as we take a look at San Beda's Kevin Montemayor, he's one of the better performers para dito sa koponan ng San Beda. He scored 12 points in that last game, although it's a loss against the Bulldogs, pero still a good performance from him. And do we see the same kind of intensity from this guy?
I believe so because Montemayor is actually heading San Beda as he places 14th in the best scorers of the league. And even if San Beda actually lost to NU last week in 3 sets, they were able to keep up the speed with NU's rallies and plays because of Kevin. And they were able to keep a close tail behind NU, which is a rare sight to see because, as we all know, NU has been showing us very stellar performance in all of their games.
Oh, para pag sinabi mong NU is NU, parang no other adjectives to describe. Nevertheless, Jerome Lopez, their setter, definitely itong tao na ito, he has to be consistent. He has to set up his spikers the way that he used to during the eliminations.
That's true, and I actually also see very good plays with him. Such a very good playmaker, and he gives everybody a chance to spike and score, and very good din yung timing niya kasi naiiwan talaga yung mga blockers.
Dito naman sa koponan ng Arellano, let's take a look. CJ Berdal had 18 points, although again, it's a loss against Perpetual, but we know that CJ suffered a little bit towards the tail end of that game. Nagka-cramp siyang mama eh.
Yes, at the Arellano was showing their grit to win during the game. They actually won the first set with a tight score of 28-26, followed by 25-20 for the second and 25-21 for the third. And they were left behind in the fourth set with 25-16 because that was when Carl Berdal had his cramps and they lost their main attacker to a cramp.
Yeah, well, definitely, it is something that is unavoidable. Inevitable yan. Hindi mo alam kailan ka makakasuffer ng ganun. But Arellano would hope for the best in this particular game. But again, it will all depend also in their setter in Adrian Villados. So when we return, it's gonna be game time between the Red Spikers and the Chiefs. Diyan lamang po kayo. Huwag kayong aalis. This is your vleague.
Presenting our officials for this match. First referees, Mr. Giovanni Paulo Vargas, International Referee Candidate. Our second referee is Mr. Roberto Javier, National Referee. Let's now call on the starters. First for the San Beda University Red Spikers. Middle blocker number 3, Lawrence Kalayag. Outside spiker number 4, Axel Book. Middle blocker number 5, Andre Bakil. Starting setters, their team captain number 6, Jerome Lopez. Outside spiker number 9, Ken Umali. And their opposite spikers number 13, Kevin Montemayor. Starting libero is number 14, AJ Rus. Their head coach is Ariel De La Cruz. Calling now the Arellano University Chiefs. Outside spiker number 2, AC Ginto. Middle blocker number 4, Fernie Coramen. Starting setter number 6, Adrian Villados. Opposite spiker number 13, Kim Tan. Outside spiker number 15, Christian De La Paz. And their middle blockers number 16, Ezekiel Orpilia. Starting libero, number 11, Joshua Datu. Their head coach is Sherwin Meneses.
It's the Red Spikers versus the Chiefs for this
First game dito sa vleague at the Paco Arena. San Beda, the starting lineup, their usual. Jerome Lopez, Montemayor, Umali, Lawrence Kalayag, Axel Book, Andre Bakil, and AJ Rus, their starting libero. Para naman sa Arellano, andyan si Christian De La Paz, Clarence Ginto, Kim Tan, Curamen, Orpilla, Adrian Villados, and Joshua Datu, their starting libero. Nori Uy pa rin kasama si Ana Gupico and Megan Cabrera. As we bring you the action here, this is the first game of today's quadruple header. Classification match po ito between itong magkapit-bahay dito sa side ng Maynila, San Beda and Arellano. Ana, what is your prediction, so to speak, in today's game?
It's gonna be a very exciting match for me, Nori, because both teams have been showing good performances throughout this season, and they've been consistent. And what I can say is, with San Beda, I've seen their plays grow throughout, and they have a new coach, Coach Ariel. So, Coach Erwin naman has been coaching Arellano for such a time now, and it shows that they have consistency inside, and nagja-gel talaga yung players nila.
We would say the improvement of play ng Arellano is very exemplary in this particular tournament, no? As we bring you the action that is underway now, drawing first blood is going to be the Arellano University. Out of that error, Adrian Villados, their setter. It would be interesting to see also, Ana, how the two setters from both squads are going to outwit each other.
That's true. Especially, San Beda's play is actually very different compared to Arellano. I could say that Arellano has their go-to main spiker, Carl Berdal, which is actually third in ranking for the best scorer this season. And San Beda naman has a very scattered play where the playmaker, their main playmaker, is making everybody work na walang butas, kumbaga.
And that's Jerome Lopez, no, providing one of the best variety of sets that we can see probably in this tournament. Meanwhile, 3-0 na tayo, up by 3 ang Arellano in this early part of the game. Spiking high, San Beda. This is a beautiful set coming from Jerome Lopez.
And look at that spike. Sobrang ibabaw ni Book sa kanyang blockers.
Speaking about the setter in Jerome Lopez, making everybody better sa kanyang koponan.
As a captain should, he gives everybody the oomph and like the support that they need for their confidence.
And giving everybody an equal opportunity to, to shine probably for the team, no?
Yes, and that shows very great teamwork Kasi not only the spikers but also the receiver, their digger, their main libero, is second as the best digger in this season, which is Josh Russ.
So indeed, a very wonderfully made lineup para dito sa koponan ni Ariel de la Cruz. Meanwhile, labanan muna tayo dito sa loob ng Paco Arena. Kim Tan, the attack. That's just a wonderfully made set there coming from the side of the Chiefs, taking advantage of their spikers in Kim Tan kanina. Nandyan din ang pagse-set up nitong ni Villados sa kanyang ibang mga kakampi. Nakikita natin, Ana, no? Is it the usual from your before when you were still playing? In the first few parts of each game na may ang daming mga errors kang nakikita. Either spikes man yan or insets man yan.
Yes, that's very common, especially kung first game katulad ng Arellano and San Beda, no? Parang kailangan pa ng warm up ng mga katawang lupa nila. That's why very prone to errors. And dito natin malalaman kung gumagana ba yung mga pre-game rituals na yan.
Couple of exchanges here. Beautiful sets are being made by both teams. De La Paz breaking that. Unfortunate, yung pagkaka-break niya is towards the side of San Beda. So 4 serving 5 na tayo. Ang gandang rally nung nakita natin kanina, Ana.
Yes, that's true. And he just needed a bit more grip with that ball, which I think he'll eventually get throughout the set.
Villados again, sa likod. Good rejection by San Beda that time. De La Paz from the back. Medyo alanganin yon pero he scores nevertheless.
Yun na yung hinihintay niya na kapit sa bola. It wasn't a very hard spike, but it was that off spin that he needed to catch the receiver or the digger off guard.
Quick recovery para sa kanya, no? Kasi kanina siya yung nagkaroon ng error. So the confidence is not lost basically in that particular sequence. Kim Tan meanwhile, service error na naman para sa Arellano.
And that's actually very important, Nori, kasi yun yung highlight ng sports in general na it doesn't stop there. You know, you continue and you can make up for that error.
The set by Villados to a running attacker. Medyo hindi nag-work yan para sa side ng Arellano. And we are now tied at 6.
We have San Beda's Mendiola blockers guarding that opposite spike.
Ito namang si Mark Montemayor, their best scorer para sa San Beda in that last game. Committed yet another service error in this early part of our game.
Well, contrary to that din naman, he's been scoring very well for San Beda, ranking 14th in the best scorers for this league.
And that block point for Arellano brings us to the first technical timeout of the game. Ang score natin, Arellano up 8-6.
Welcome back to the Paco Arena. Tuloy pa rin ang aksyon dito sa vleague 2022 Collegiate Challenge. Ako po si Megan Cabrera reporting from the sidelines in this matchup between the Arellano University and the San Beda University. And for our Red Spikers, it is all about playing for school pride. Despite being down one crucial member in Ken Buhay, who obtained an ankle injury in their last game against NU, Coach Ariel de la Cruz says that the boys are in it 100%, maintaining aggressiveness and the desire to fill all the gaps to claim the game. Ika nga ni Coach, ang reminder niya, hanggat hindi pa sila nananalo ng 3 set, hindi pa sila pwedeng bumigay. And he also reminds his players that no matter what happens, they have to play for their school and appreciate their community. Nori and Ana?
Salamat, Megan, for that report. And indeed, totoo yun, Ana, you know, that in every kind of game that you have, any single person lost in your lineup is a big deal, whether starting 6 yan or coming off the bench.
Yes, because it affects your team's morale. Especially nung nawala talaga si Carl nung sa Arellano as well because Carl had a cramp. So he's the main scorer. So malaking bagay yun for Arellano. But on the side of San Beda, when they lost Kent Buhay, syempre may momentum sila during that set. And that injury probably affected San Beda. Although they still maintained good composure all throughout that set because as we said earlier, their setter Jerome Lopez has been distributing the balls very efficiently. So hindi mo din masyadong naramdaman yung pagkawala niya.
And that is where the composure of not just the players but the coaching staff also, no? Kasi syempre yung rotational issue mo ngayon lalabas because you are now missing a person. Meanwhile, 8-9 ang ating score or tied at 9 na tayo because of that last sequence. So it's still a tight game between these two teams. Neighbors dito sa side ng Maynila, San Beda. Medyo pag nakikita natin from how we see at it in paper, mukhang sila yung may advantage. But again, Arellano being the team that they are, always gives a fight and talagang nagbibigay din ng katakutan or they're giving a scare out of their opponents also.
Yes, that's true. Especially when they won a set against NU. That's very spectacular, like very rare yun dahil kinabahan talaga yung NU noon, di ba? After that, NU never let anybody win a set over them.
Oo, so bragging rights yun para sa koponan ni Coach Sherwin. Meanwhile, 10-9 na tayo, lamang na ang San Beda ng isa. And serving is Andre Bakil. Villados to Ginto over the blockers. That's gonna sail out. Anong desisyon ng ating referee? Pinatawag ni first referee Giovanni Vargas. Itong lineman natin, he wants to make sure that he renders the correct decision.
Yes, that's actually one of the factors for a team to lose their momentum and morale.
And as we await here, that is called in favor of San Beda.
That was too strong for Ginto.
So the Red Spikers now up by 2 as we approach the middle part of set number 1. Serving pa rin from Bonggao, Poblacion, Tawi-Tawi is Andre Bakil. Villados to the running attack again. This time, will it go in? Yes, it will. That is Anferni Curamen.
Anferni Curamen. Very exotic. Pakinggan ng pangalan niya.
Both exotic and international. Anferni. May naaalala ko, pero on the side of basketball. Meanwhile, that service sailed out. So this is, you know, and whenever there's an error, it's a gifted point para sa koponan. And that pretty much brings down the energy and the morale of a team.
As we call it in volleyball, easy point. Kasi kahit gaano kahirap mong pinaghirapan mo yung isang point, you can also give it away just like that.
Datu, Kim Tan, the attack, decides to drop. Lopez naman ngayon, quick attacking Kalayag scores.
That was the drop that I think Kim Tan was trying to achieve. But San Beda executed it very well.
And pretty much Kalayag showing Kim Tan how to do it properly.
Nako, trash talkan po to.
Jerome Lopez, the service. Kim Tan again, this time he will try it again to drop. Wala pa rin. Lopez, Kalayag again the quick. Kim naman ngayon. What are they gonna do? Ginto.
Another
Villados. Kim Tan. Palitan muna tayo ngayon. Rally we have. That attack is strong pero it will go in para kay Kevin Montemayor.
Just the spike they needed after a long rally of drop balls from both teams.
14 serving 10 in favor of the Red Spikers. Jerome Lopez, their captain from Hagonoy, Bulacan. Medyo malakas yung pagkaka-receive. Good conversion there para kay Anferni Curamen.
That was a regalo dahil nga magpapasko na.
Uy, uy! Ano para kayo mga bago dyan, no? Tangin na. Parang di kayo magkakakilala sa loob, eh.
Ilang, relax lang. Team, baluin nyo. Ade, mag-usap kayo, ade.
Ade, sobra de.
O, receive lang tayo ulit.
Sige lang, maganda na yung receive.
May pasa naman.
Yun lang, relax lang.
Receive lang tayo isa, pre. Tapos tuloy-tuloy na yun, pre.
Concept lang.
May
Isa
isa
muna.
okay
lang sa palo, 50. Pag pinipin natin, mas kailangan block tayo.
Go.
Wala akong magagawa.
Masyado tayo nagmamadali sa
Tara, Ayo! Cheers!
It looks like Arellano's huddle was to improve their defense in the first line, their blocking, and their second line of defense, which is the floor defense. So let's see if Arellano can actually execute that huddle in the upcoming scores.
Villados again. Kanino pupunta? Ginto this time. Good rejection by San Beda. Kimta naman ngayon. Skies high against the hands of the blockers. And it will be a strong attack against Arellano. And that's going to be a point for San Beda again. Second technical timeout tayo. San Beda 16-10. Still at the vleague, Nori Uy pa rin, kasama si Ana Gobigo and Megan Cabrera as we bring you the action between the Red Spikers and the Chiefs. Lamang pansamantala dito sa unang set natin ang San Beda 16-10. Kim Tan the drop. Attacking is Anferni Kuramen. This guy is showing off something in this particular game, Ana.
Yes, because it's the time for you to show yourself and what you have, since there's nothing to lose.
Jerome Lopez, ang tagal na niyan dyan sa service area. Medyo nakakarami na ang San Beda sa kanya. Kim Tan again. Off the block point para sa kanya ngayon. Meanwhile, clarification between the first and second referees to determine who's going to get that point. And first referee Giovanni Vargas will be awarding it to Arellano. We have seen it. It's off the block point naman talaga.
There, it hit the net, but it also hit the blockers.
Especially kamay ni Kevin Montemayor. 17-11. 6-point deficit. Hinahabol ng Arellano. From the top of everybody. Book that time.
Looks like he needed to warm up a bit since hindi na siya nakapalo masyado kanina. Kakaserve ni...
Oo, hindi lang pumasok yung kanyang tira pero napakataas ng talon na yon. Strong serve. Lopez. Quick attack Kalayag. And that's going to be another point to Arellano. Hinahabol na nila itong lamang ng San Beda. 13 serving 17. AC Ginto the service. Malakas.
Looks like labanan na ng mga unforced errors ang nangyayari the past 3 points.
Axel Book from El Salvador, Misamis Oriental. Meanwhile, siya naman ang nag-commit ng error. So Ana, sabi natin kanina, baka bagong gising lang. Kailangan pang buhayin ang katawang lupa ng mga manlalarong ito this is going to be one of the points that it will be raised later on, especially if it's a tight game, no? Yung mga errors na ganyan, mga unforced.
Yes, kasi as much as it's just an unforced error that you see, it really affects your momentum inside the court, and parang nakakawala din kasi yun ng moral inside because you don't really want to just give up points like that.
Back set, Kim Tan. Lopez, kanino pupunta? Back set din, Montemayor. Villados, Kim Tan again. Oh, free ball tayo. Jerome to Umali. There's an error at the net.
Well, regardless of the error from
It's a beautiful
Arellano, yes, that was a beautiful play coming from Jerome Lopez. That was a quick with a dos patong, a low patong.
19 serving 14. Lawrence Calayag will be serving. De La Paz. Medyo kanina pa malalakas ang palo ni De La Paz, no?
Yes, parang nahihirapan siya to get a hold of the ball. Baka hindi pa gumagana yung mga pre-game rituals nila kanina eh. Kasi nakita ko silang nagti-TikTok before the game. Baka may ano yun, may effect.
May effect ba? Well, wala na siguro kasi TikTok generation na tayo, Ana. It's just part of the daily routine of each player. Meanwhile, 21-14 na tayo. 7-point lead by San Beda in this first set of our game number 1. Timeout muna tayo. Pakinggan natin ang huddle ng Chiefs.
Daan lang ba?
Receive lang, receive lang, par. Receive lang.
Go. Sige, follow kayo. Cover naman kami.
Warm up, Thames warm up. Warm up.
Tulak mo yung receive. Medyo ikaw kasi yung tina-target. So, dapat meron naman pasa eh. Meron. Tara.
Kalma lang.
Medyo tulak natin pa to. Kuya. Kasi
Pag wala,
Kim, saan ka na, Kim?
kung kayong paluin.
Ano may quick tayo?
Cover kami. Cover naman kami.
Team. Ganun.
Tara. Kuha tayo kung momentum. Kuha tayo
Receive lang tayo,
momentum.
par. Receive lang.
Tara.
Bawal tayo, ha?
Eyo! Pwede. Pag medyo
In the absence of Coach Sherwin Meneses for now, we wonder where he is. It seems that it's actually a good thing for the players because sila din mismo yung nag-huddle inside and sila din yung nagkukutsa kung saan ba nila kailangan i-improve yung plays nila.
And definitely we are already seeing the impact of CJ Bardal not playing in this early part of the set. No? Kasi siya isa sa, well, not just isa, but you know, sa buong tournament natin,
He's the third.
third best spiker.
Yes.
Third best scorer ang isang CJ Berdal. So what a loss if he is not going to play in this particular game. Meanwhile, Lawrence Calayag, they're up by 8 now. Kim Tan again attacking. Medyo nagkaguluhan pa yung dalawang magkakampe. Montemayor the attack against 2 blockers. Walang nagawa ang Arellano.
That was a great opposite spike. 5. Napasok niya sa blockers niya.
23-14. Calayag pa rin. Villados. Medyo malakas yan. And that's going to be another gifted point to Arellano. Or rather to San Beda. And we are now at set point, Ana.
That's actually one of what Arellano was pointing out as well earlier na yung sets din hindi nila magamay. So it looks like Arellano has to watch out with all of the mechanics of the game kasi hindi nila nakukuha yung play, yung timbre inside the court.
Kim Tan meanwhile scoring off that block to give another point to Arellano as they try to hang on in this set number 1. A tall order to still come back from this set considering isang pagkakamali lang. A minute error from the side of Arellano will seal this set para sa San Beda. Kim the serve. Umali. And that seals set number 1. Nicely done para dito kay Jerome Lopez and Ken Umali sending the ball away in their favor. 25-15 tayo as we take a look at this last play. Walang nagawa si Kim Tan to defend that particular attack. Pagbalik po namin, It'll be set number 2. This is your vleague. (25-15), San Beda taking the first set against Arellano. As we take a look at the highlights, Ana, it seems to me that the absence in the first set of CJ Berdal really took a toll against Arellano.
Yeah, I agree with you, Nori, because as we all know, CJ Berdal has a great influence with his team, and he's one of the main scorers for vleague. So now we're gonna see him in the second set. He's inside the court, so let's see what he will bring to Arellano and how he's gonna make them rise up. So for the first set, we have 11 attacks for San Beda, while we have 7 for Arellano and 3 blocks for San Beda. And there you go. 7 and then 7 blocks for Arellano, 1 block for Arellano, 0 serves for San Beda and 1 for Arellano, while Arellano has 11 opponent errors given to San Beda and 6 errors coming from San Beda to Arellano.
So the numbers will speak for itself. No, I mean, it's not all San Beda, but definitely Arellano needs to make some crucial adjustments if they want to extend this game into what seems to be looking like a 3-setter game now. Kanina, Axel Book, ngayon naman Montemayor giving them empathic spikes in the early part of set number 2.
Yes, he's been a bit quiet during the first set, but looks like he wants to make some noise for the second set.
Villados back set, Ginto the attack, good block from Calayag there. Calayag, a very flexible player at his position, attacking, defending para sa kanyang koponan.
Yes, that's actually the main job description of an open spiker. Kailangan talagang may blocking, attacking, and receiving.
Lapus tried to do a drop against San Beda. Good defense there. Spiking this time. Montemayor again. Hindi na pinag-usapan ng Arellano yan. And it's gonna go against them that time. Tingnan mo yung atake ni Montemayor. Nagkatinginan na lang si CJ Berdal at ang kanyang kakampi. Meanwhile, timeout ulit tayo. Coach Sherwin.
Set na, puro buka yung set eh. Ha? May pasa naman eh. Paluin mo yung bola. Ha? So second set apat na may pasa yan. Ha? I-atake ang gawin nyo, hindi pasok. Pagka medyo alanganin niya, pwede naman. Tapos focus sa block. Isa-isa lang, isa-isa lang.
Coach Sherwin is now here for the Arellano University Chiefs. At contrary to what they were correcting in the first set, they were saying na kailangan i-receive, ayusin yung receive. But Coach Sherwin is now saying na meron namang pasa pero atake yung kulang. So let's see if Arellano can adjust and actually give us makamandag na spikes for this second set.
Smart play coming from Book, knowing that the blockers are there. Cross-court drop ang ginawa niya laban sa Arellano.
Yes, we all know that Book is one of the really good attackers as well. Pero pinakita niya hindi naman kailangan ng puro strong hits para makapoint.
Berdal, who is in the game, making his presence felt. That's CJ Berdal.
Looks like may giggle, may baong giggle yung palo ni Berdal.
And what a way to introduce yourself in the game. Unfortunately, para sa koponan ng Arellano, AC Quinto again committed another unforced error. 6-1 na tayo in this early part of set number 2. Axel Book. Error din.
Another error. But it's more pressure for Arellano because they had more unforced errors in the first set, giving way to that win for San Beda.
Fernie Curamen serving for Arellano. Lopez to Umali. That particular play, Ana, walang kasagutan ang Arellano. Same play.
And it's actually, yes, I agree with you. That was a very simple play pero hindi maharangan. Walang magawa ang Arellano to stop it.
Lawrence Calayag muli. The product of San Ildefonso volleyball team in Bulacan. That's a good set coming from Villados to Demi Lapus.
Ayan na, it looks like Arellano University is warming up.
Ang ganda ng pangalan ni Demi. Demi Freedom Lapus.
Napaka-Greek god.
Lopez, back set. Montemayor, good rejection by the Chiefs. Umali this time. Good dig. Unfortunately, hindi na nahabol ng Arellano. But credit to their libero in Don Aure for that effort. 8-3, first technical timeout tayo. Lamang pa rin ang San Beda. We are still at the vleague Collegiate Challenge Men's Division Classification. San Beda versus Arellano. San Beda winning set number 1 at lamang pa rin sila ng 5 dito sa set number 2. Nori Uy pa rin kasama si Ana Gupico and Megan Cabrera as we bring you 4 games here. Live na live tayo dito sa historic Paco Arena. Malamig ngayon, no? Kanina mainit. Lumamig na.
Dahil ba yan historical nga yung place? Parang nakakatakot yun ah.
Historical na mainit? Hindi. Mas maganda dito sa Paco Arena. Montemayor, the lefty. Villados to Berdal. Attacking, finding zone 1 is CJ Berdal.
That was such an easy spike for him. Effortless.
And that is what they missed in set number 1. So it's actually confusing on our end trying to dissect bakit siya hindi naipasok nung set 1.
We could only assume that he's trying to rest from that cramps since it's recurring yung cramps talaga.
Meanwhile, a defensive point coming from Arellano that time. And it'll be CJ Berdal who will be serving para sa kanyang koponan. They're down by 3. Lopez to Bakil.
Everybody just works for San Beda. May hilo ka na lang as a setter kung kanino mo ba ibibigay yung bola.
Tayo nga, nahihilo na. Ang bilis eh.
Tsaka hindi ko na rin alam sino ba yung pumupuntos. Lahat pumupuntos.
And it's a luxury for a coach no, to have some kind of diversity in terms of who is going to score. Hindi yung identified mo, ito lang tao na to, yan lang tao na yan. For San Beda, it's really spread out.
Yes, and not just the first 6 but also their second stringers. Meanwhile, Arellano scored with Ginto for that open spike. Looks like may gigil na ulit yung Arellano with their main spiker in the court.
And a rare error by Axel Book. Hindi nakuha yung medyo short set na binigay sa kanya ni Lopez.
Yes, medyo kapos yung set. It was inside and he was far from the court.
Lopez again, quick attack that time. It didn't work. Ginto again, decides to drop. Good defense by Bakil. Para sa San Beda, extends the lead again to 3.
Let's look at that. Block. Kahit off spin na block pa din ni Bakil.
Pero parang medyo bitin din yung talon ni Ginto in that particular sequence.
Well, it could be because he was actually intending for it to be a drop ball.
So second consecutive sequence that the attacks of Arellano has been defended well by San Beda, Ana.
That's true then. That just shows that they have also improved on their blocking as they are one of the lower rankings sa blocking throughout the season.
Andre Bakil, the service, Villados, De La Paz, again, Kalayag. So this defensive scheme na pinapakita ng San Beda has been working wonders for them and Arellano can seem to break that.
And that's great because it's an all-around game for them. From their defense to their offense to their first defense.
Service ace? Nope. Kaya pa ba? Hindi na kaya. So that's a service ace para sa side ng San Beda. They're now up by 6, 13-7.
It looks like nawawalan na ng buhay ang Arellano. Let's see what Kim Tan will do as he goes in the court.
And this is the usual spikers, attackers of Arellano, the Kim Tan, the Berdal combination. So let's see what the impact is going to be in this particular part of the game. Meanwhile, service error tayo. So that's an easy point para dito sa Arellano, 8 serving 13. And we have Adrian Villados who will be serving now. Insofar as this particular game is concerned, medyo hindi pa na ipapakita ni Adrian Villados his usual self in terms of setting. Montemayor, meanwhile, committed a rare error. Villados again, the service. They're down by 4. Lopez. That is just beautiful. Axel Bo capitalizing.
I have seen this guy and he works wonders in the court for their offense.
The size of Axel Book, not very tall, lanky, pero grabe yung talon, no?
Very good leap talaga in vertical.
Actually, parehas sila ni Montemayor eh. The lefty Montemayor got rejected there. Good save. Will it go? Yes, it can. Quite a free ball here and a rally. Over receive. Montemayor. Book again decides to put it on the face of De La Paz and scores.
Wow, that was such a great rally for San Beda. And Bok just seals it with a very smart drop ball.
Pinatama, hindi kung saan-saan lang, sa mukha.
That's true. And that's because he can.
15, serving 9. Jerome Lopez pa rin will be serving for San Beda. That one-hander set. Muntik pumasok, free ball. Villados, back set. And that is an off the block point. This time para kay Christian De La Paz.
That was a very good pangbawi na spike for Christian since he's been trying to get a hold of that grip for the first set.
Lopez, kanino pupunta? Quick attack, Kalayag. Medyo nabitin. Berdal again, strong. And that will sail out. And the score is 16-10. This is going to be the second technical timeout now. San Beda lamang pa rin ng ani. As we get back into the game, pakinggan muna natin ang report ni Megan Cabrera. Megan, what do you have?
Nori, alam mo, among all players I've spoken with so far, isang player lang ang mapamahiin, and that is Agent Ruz of the Red Spikers, one of the best diggers in the league. So before games, he does not make any changes to his hands, lalo na sa paggupit ng kuko. At mukhang effective ito sa performance niya bilang isang libero because he is one of the best diggers right now. So another interesting thing in this game today with Ruz is the matchup between him and the Chiefs libero Joshua Datu. These two liberos have actually been rivals, ika nga niya, since high school as they competed in local leagues in QC. And even their club teams, naghaharap rin sila. So with both of them being within the top 10 diggers in this league right now, excited sila magkaroon ng pagkakataon na magharap muli ngayon. Nori and Ana?
Thank you, Megan. Appreciate that. Siguro, Ana, gayahin natin yung pamahiin ni AJ, yung tungkol sa paggugupit ng kuko. Baka mas maganda rin ang
I mean,
outcome.
it works for the team. He's doing it for the whole team.
So far, no, he's been doing wonders dito para sa koponan ng San Beda. AJ Ruz, kung yan ay gumagana para sa kanya, bakit mo nga naman papalitan?
That's true, and I think that's what Arellano needs right now. That superstition that will bring them to win this set.
Ikaw ba, Ana, when you were playing, do you have any kind of superstition or belief na dinadala mo in every game?
I'd like to think marami din eh. It's in the small parts. But even with the service, yung dapat tatlong bounce lang yung bola, ganon. But let's look at, that was a great middle attack coming from Arellano University.
Cuts the lead to 6. 12 serving 18. Kim Tan will be serving para sa kanyang koponan. Of course, you know, Kim Tan is one of the more consistent spikers para dito sa koponan ni Coach Sherwin. Montemayor, meanwhile, hitting zone 5.
Another one of the main hitters for San Beda University with that tres patong play.
What's really interesting and, you know, exemplary para dito kay Kevin Montemayor is hindi siya natatakot, Ana, no? Whether there's 2 blockers awaiting his spike or tatlo, he really pushes it.
And that's the mentality that we need as spikers or as athletes in general, na nothing can stop us dapat.
Meanwhile, konting rally meron tayo dito. Berdal attacking off the block point again. CJ Berdal, where were you in set number 1, my friend?
Gigil na gigil. I think he mustered up that gigil and showed us ngayon the second set.
And they really need to win the set if they want, again, to extend this game further. Meanwhile, Bakil, yung top niya, napalabas, point to Arellano, cuts the lead to 5. 14 serving 19.
That was a good effort on his part, but it was too strong.
Lopez again to Umali. Good recovery there by Arellano. Gintu, malakas yung palo. Gintu seems to be out of sequence, out of harmony in this particular game, no?
Well, it could also be because of their setter, which they were pointing out earlier, and we've had substitutions with their setters. It looks like they were saying it was an upset for most part.
Gintu. Free ball. Lopez, quick attack there. That is Andre Bakil.
That was a great setup coming from Jerome Lopez. Dahil yung free ball receive na yun, parang medyo off pa din. And I personally didn't expect that he would give it to the quicker, but nobody did. That's why it was a point.
That's
Not
right.
even Arellano.
So Jerome Lopez getting the better of the two setters in this game. Villados to Ginto. Malakas pa rin yung palo nitong si AC Ginto.
Yes, and that was a good setup coming from his setter, but it looks like he's still a bit off. Let's see if he can make up, dahil it's not too late. We have 14 for Arellano and 22 for San Beda.
Kaya pa yan. Dire-diretsong puntos lang. Ginto again. They're trying to go to him, but he continuously over spikes his attacks.
Yes, I think it's about time for the playmaker to switch it up.
Give it to somebody else.
Yes, maybe, you know, the back row of Berdal. He's still an attacker.
23 serving 14 now. Ken Umali from Batangas. From the back, Berdal. And nobody anticipated that drop. Nahanap ni Carl Berdal ang gitna and he scores.
And that was exactly what we were talking about earlier, to switch it up and give it to Carl Berdal, who is still making a mark at the backline offense.
Bustillo meanwhile, pumasok muna para kay Coach Sherwin. Pinalitan si Ezequiel Orpilla. So we have two setters in the game for Arellano. That's Bustillo and Villados. And so let's see if this is going to change the way they execute their offense a little bit. Bustillo the service. Error kagad. Gifted point to San Beda. And now we are at set point in this particular set number 2.
And we have 15 for Arellano University. Looks like they're stocked up.
We ended set number 1 at 25-15. Mukhang ganyan din mag-ending. Let's see if Andre Bakil can secure set 2 para sa San Beda, as he will be serving now, a product of Tawi-Tawi School of Arts and Trade. Malakas.
Parang nabati. But good for Arellano.
Broadcaster's jinx, as what we call it.
I have to learn more of that.
Villados, service para sa Arellano, and it will be an ace. A rare service ace for the Chiefs.
Looks like the Chiefs are not gonna give up. It's not over until it's over.
That's right. Until it's not 25, there's still a chance for the Chiefs to make up some points. Lopez, on toss ng talon doon ni Book. Lopez again, this time from the back. Villados, back set. Ginto again. This time finding zone 5. Finally for AC Ginto.
That's what he has been waiting for.
May timeout tayo, San Beda. Pakinggan natin ang huddle ni Coach Ariel de la Cruz.
Kailangan lang natin nung one stop, umatake tayo. Yung diskarte ka. Isa na lang yung i-protect nila yung momentum. Sino nasa harap?
Ako, coach.
Tapos na. Pwede ka naman mag-big patong. Wala. O pwede rin din mag-B. Pwede rin mag-open. Doon kayo mag-play. Bilisan niya lang. Huwag mo lang masyadong idiin.
Patayin na natin.
Sige lang. One
Hey,
stop lang.
go!
Coach Ariel telling his team that they just need one stop na atake and to switch it up with their plays, because in the past set, they've actually been showing simple plays nga dahil it works. You know, you don't have to complicate things. But now he's telling them to put more plays with like B patong um, and other quick plays and patong attacks.
Villados the service meanwhile para sa Chiefs. Montemayor from the back strong. Good recovery there by Berdal. Ginto again, attacking strong. This time zone 1 naman ang kanyang inanap. So 2 consecutive points para kay AC Ginto. Binabawi yung kanyang mga errors kanina.
It looks like diesel pala si Ginto dahil kailangan lang niya ng matagal-tagal na warm up.
Pero yung matagal na warm up na yun, nilalagay sila sa alanganin. Ana. Joust at the net. Good recovery by Arellano. Ginto again. This time committed an error with that particular spike, and that will seal set number 2 para sa koponan ng Red Spikers. 25-19. When we come back, set number 3, this is your vleague. Dito pa rin sa vleague Collegiate Challenge, San Beda now took 2 sets. Arellano wala pa rin. As we take a look at the highlights of set number 2. Anna, what do you say about this?
Well, San Beda has been very consistent throughout this match, showing us variety of spikes and blocking as well. Meanwhile, Arellano has slowly picked up on their game, coming from 25-15 earlier. They ended the set with 25-19, so medyo mabagal lang yung pag-warm up nila, but it worked. And now, San Beda has 13 attacks, while Arellano has 12. And 4 blocks for San Beda, while Arellano has 0. 1 service aces for each team, and 7 opponent errors for San Beda, and 6 for Arellano. So they have lessened their opponent's errors. Etong Arellano.
It's really, Anna, it's really the defense of San Beda na hindi masyado napapansin, pero it took the game away from Arellano in that particular set. Kasi nga, pansin natin kanina, sunod-sunod yung blocks nila. Set number 3 is underway. Kalayag, the first block.
I agree with you, Nori, especially not just the first line, pati yung second line of defense nila. And that's what makes it easier for their playmaker and easier for everybody as a team to convert the rally into a point.
Lopez with the service, back set, Ginto again the attack. A jump set, Montemayor, that's in sa zone 5.
This guy is amazing. Not the tallest player in the team, but
And if you look at their the build, no? Kasi hindi sila bulky. Very slim.
Maybe that's what makes them fly high, no?
Kailangan magaan.
Oo.
Para makatalo
Para
na
makalipad.
mataas. Anyways, one serving two in favor of San Beda. And this is AC Ginto with a service. Lopez. Montemayor again. This time, bakante ang zone 1.
Lumilipad talaga siya. Lumipad siya papunta na sa kabilang side ng court.
It didn't matter, no? Opposite or galing sa outside. It's just
He's
just
gonna make
amazing.
it.
Yeah, just amazing how this guy plays.
Another over-receive from Arellano.
Unfortunate for that effort by Kim Tan that the point is going to go to the side of San Beda for serving 1 in this early part of set number 3. Although we've seen, the impact of CJ Berdal sa kanyang kupunan. Nagkaroon sila somehow better offensive movements. Pero it still wasn't enough to overcome San Beda.
Yes, well, that's probably because San Beda has been showing great overall performance for this set na di na talaga matibag ng Arellano yun.
And was that something that was achieved by San Beda in set number 1 in setting the tempo, so to speak, of the game?
Yes, I would agree with you because although they also had a lot of errors, unforced errors, pero they kept it together quickly. Unlike nung Arellano, parang medyo sa latter part of the second set na nila na pick up yung game nila.
Fernie Coramendo service. Lopez kay Umali. The back row defense of Arellano has not been responding well sa mga atake ng San Beda.
Umali with that spike, unstoppable.
Lawrence Kalayag will be serving. 5 serving 3. Villados to Berdal. Naitawid niya yung bola. Now Lopez to Umali again. Zone 1.
That was such a great spike. Sobrang bilis. Di ko na nakita.
Now take a look at this replay. Ken Umali, whenever he attacks, he always attacks either 5 or 1. And until this part of the game, wala pa rin response ang Arellano. Again, Montemayor scoring at that particular sequence, upping the lead to 4 now.
We're still waiting for Arellano to show us those clean spikes that they showed us in their last game.
Kalayag, meanwhile, shorts on that service, gifting another point to Arellano for serving 7.
It looks like San Beda has picked up on their unforced errors in this set. So let's see if Arellano can take advantage of that.
The jump serve by Kim. Lopez to Montemayor. Good defense in this sequence by Arellano.
Let's look at that block. Saradong sarado.
Berdal and Curamen manning, or Orpilla rather, manning that block. Lopez naman ngayon, quick attacking Andre Bakil. I'm just in awe at the attacks of San Beda. Meanwhile, San Beda lamang muli, 8-5. Technical timeout tayo. As we get back into the game, let's listen into another report from Megan Cabrera. Megan?
Nori, alam mo, the absence of Arellano head coach Sherman Meneses was definitely felt in the first set. And as best as the Chiefs tried to hold their own, the second set was still a challenge for them, only gaining momentum towards the end. So kaya ngayon, in an effort to extend the game, coach asked them to first relax and reset and assess themselves individually in terms of what fixes they can make. And coach reminds them to temper their emotions at yung gigil, lalo na pag nag-error para makabawi sila ng husto. Nori and Ana?
Thanks, Megan. And totoo, malaking impact, Ana. No? We've mentioned this a couple of times already in the first few sets that the presence of the head coach is crucial in any game that you start off, aside from the fact that CJ Berdal didn't play in set 1.
That's true. And that's two leaders already right there taken away from Arellano. Especially if very dependent talaga yung team mo sa coach with your corrections inside the court. Kasi they were messing up a bit inside and they didn't know what to fix first.
And there certainly has been no adjustments in set 1 para sa Arellano. And sabi nga natin, the observation we had is that could have set the tempo for the side of San Beda as they continuously dominate this game. We are now in set number 3. They're up by 4, 10-6. So if Arellano would not get their acts together, this could be an early time for them to go home.
Yes, I agree with you, Nori.
Umali the service. Service error yan. So lucky break for Arellano. They have time to put in some points para sa kanilang koponan if they wanted to extend this game. Ezekiel Orpilla with the service. Lopez, that back set, naitawid pa yon ni Bakil. Konting miscommunication on the side of Arellano. Free ball. Lopez again. That's Axel Pook with an emphatic attack.
We have so much high flyers for San Beda. Kitang-kita mo talagang angat na angat sa blockers niya.
Now I'm thinking to believe that, because the high flyers of San Beda, they're not really built big. Yung built nila talagang saktong-sakto lang na pangliparan.
That's true. And also, I've noticed on Arellano's side that their middle blockers are not that tall, which is unconventional because you'd want to put
Normally malaki.
tall players talaga as middle blockers.
Service ace naman ngayon para sa Arellano as they will try to climb up and cut the lead. And cut the lead they did. 9 serving 11. And it will be Adrian Villados who is still in the service area para sa koponan ni Coach Sherwin Meneses. Lopez. Combo play. Work that time. Good save there by Arellano.
That was a spike from Jerome Lopez.
May nakitang error ang ating mga referees dito and the point will be awarded to the Red Spikers.
Did you see that play, Nori, when Jerome Lopez spiked? And very unusual.
Unusual para sa kanya na taga-set, will be spiking. Broken play eh.
Parang siya din nagulat na binigay pala sa kanya yung bola.
Villados to Kim. Mahina yung atake ni Kim doon. May timeout muna tayo. Arellano, pakinggan natin ang huddle ng Chiefs.
Ha? Ito, papunta ka na doon, wala nang middle eh. So, established block lang yon. Bakit sobra-sobra yung talon nyo doon? Wala naman pumasok na middle ha. Oh, pwede mabagal na yon. Hey, receive muna tayo. Hahabol tayo, mag-error tayo. Hahabol, mag-error lang. Ha? Ano bang ginagawa niya? Binibigyan niyo sila ng puntos. Hirap na hirap tayo pumuntos. Huwag niyo silang bigyan ng bonus points. Receive muna ulit. Receive.
As we've mentioned earlier na napakahirap ngang magkaroon ng unforced error kasi pinaghihirapan nyo yung puntos tapos ibibigay nyo lang din. And that's what Coach Sherwin emphasized during that huddle as well as their blocking defense, their first line of defense, kailangan pa ding i-improve ng Arellano.
Meanwhile, in the game. Berdal from the back. Lopez. Umali hitting zone 5 again. Ken Umali, didn't matter if wherever he is on the court, he will find a way to score.
And Jerome Lopez will find a way to him.
Tama yun. And Ken Umali, grabe rin pinapakita sa laro na ito. Villados meanwhile to Ginto. Lopez again, finding Montemayor this time. That point is going to go to San Beda again. This is ballooning. 15 serving 9.
Looks like San Beda is just showing off with their attacks in this game.
Villados, back set to Ginto. Lopez, Book. What a luxury for Jerome Lopez. Wherever he puts the ball in, there's always a spiker to take it. Second technical timeout tayo. San Beda 16-9. You're still at the vleague Collegiate Challenge, a battle between San Beda and Arellano classification match. San Beda 2 sets, Arellano wala pa. And in this third set, San Beda up by 7 points, 16-9. Nori Uy pa rin kasama si Ana Gopico and Megan Cabrera as we continue to bring you more volleyball action here at the Paco Arena. And San Beda extending the lead further to 8 points now, 17 serving 9. Mahirap mamili ng magagaling na players, Ana, ano, pag ganito yung nilalaro ng San Beda.
Alam ko na yung feeling ni Jerome Lopez ngayon na nahihilo na ako. Nahihilo ako, sino ba yung attacker ko?
And in that particular sequence, mukhang nagkagulatan on the side of Arellano. Akala nila hindi pa okay yung pagtawid ng service ni Jerome Lopez. Nevertheless, the point was awarded to San Beda. 18 serving 9 now. Jerome. Now Villados, that quick attack to Curamen is good. And this is what Villados need to start doing. And dapat kanina pa niyang ginagawa. Kinall out na natin yun, no? But he needs to vary his sets.
That's true, especially na alam naman ng San Beda kung sino yung babantayan nila coming from Arellano.
Mukhang na-i-stuck si Villados kay Ginto in this particular game. The point is gonna go to Arellano, so 2 quick points for the Chiefs. Cuts the lead to 7, 11 serving 18. AC Ginto with a service. Strong serve that time. Montemayor again. Finding zone 6.
And that was a really good adjustment coming on his part as well dahil medyo buka din sa net yung set sa kanya pero kayang-kaya.
Axel Bock the service. Villados to Berdal. Strong off the block. Ito yung hindi nila ginagawa consistently. Yung pumunta sa main man nila.
Well, that could be a lot of factors that we might never know.
Balita ng tao muna tayo. Bustillo, babalik sa laro. Curamen, lalabas ni Coach Sherwin. 7-point pa rin ang hinahabol ng Arellano. 12 serving 19.
Let's see what Bustillo can bring for us as we near the end of this set.
I'm speechless. Axel Book out of that feed from Jerome Lopez, skying high for that spike.
As a middle blocker, parang ayoko na lang mag-block. Sa'yo na lang yung puntos mo. Kasi parang mababali yung daliri ko eh.
Lawrence Calayag, Villados to Berdal, decides to drop against the hands of Montemayor.
And he actually did it on purpose. What a very versatile spiker we have right here.
13 serving 20. This is Kim Tan. Right on your screen, he'll be serving for the Chiefs as they will try their very best to extend this game or this set muna before the game. And another point for Arellano. Could this be the time for them to score in sequence? May timeout muna tayo dito sa koponan ng San Beda. Let's listen in to their huddle.
Magkakamali. Balik nila na sa na. Break natin yung momentum. Receive tayo. Pagka may receive, mag-combination. Lahat naman ng striker tumatak. Sige, tara. Tapos pag tumaas naman sa inyo, okay, manggigil. Yes, coach.
Basta may cover tayo lagi, may cover ha.
Endgame na yan ha.
Hey, SBU!
We have Coach Ariel instructing his team to break Arellano's momentum as they have been scoring in sequence in the past few points. He has also instructed their main setter, Jerome Lopez, to increase in their combination plays para malito nila yung blockers of Arellano.
Kim Tan to service again. Lopez. Medyo broken play yan. Villados. Berdal attacking. Good defense. Pinakita ni Andre Bakil.
Bakil has actually been very consistent all throughout the season with his blocks.
21-14. A few more points and San Beda will go home with straight sets win against Arellano. And that is something that Arellano wouldn't want to happen.
We now have Munsing inside the court. And Umali, number 2.
John Umali.
Literally number 2.
Oh, the number 2 of the Umalis. 21-14. John Umali will be serving.
Let's see what he can bring for us in this
Joust at
set.
the net. That's a good recovery by Datu. From the back, Ginto. Good save by San Beda. Ken Umali. Wala pa rin. Now Berdal decides to drop. Strong attack. And Ginto failing to receive that properly. It could have sailed out, no? Kaya lang hindi niya na-anticipate yun. Nevertheless, point for San Beda, 22, serving 14. Timeout naman tayo ni Coach Sherwin. Pakinggan natin.
Score ha. Target lang, kuha lang ng score. Ha? O, first attack tayo, kuha lang tayo 1 point, tsaka na tayo mag-isip ulit. Ha? Hindi, medyo taasa mo kay Berdal konti. Kasi pag mabilis yung dalawang block, hindi na makaka-discard yung spiker, ha? Huwag masyado dikit. O, target lang, kuha lang ng 1 point, ha? Yan lang, go.
Coach Sherwin is reminding his team that they should take it one step at a time. Dahil kailangan lang nilang kumuha ng 1 point and then dun na sila mag-isip what to do next. We have to refrain from overthinking, no? Kasi nagiging clouded talaga yung judgment natin when we think too much, especially inside the court.
And a very timely rotational execution para sa koponan ni Coach Ariel. Umali, number 9, got blocked there. Tinawid na lang ng San Beda. Villados, free ball. Umali, and this is to Bakil. Wala pa rin. Berdal, this time attacking strong, finding zone 1.
Let's look at that replay for that down the line attack that works very well for Bernal.
Every time mabibigyan si CJ Berdal ng opportunity to attack, he always scores. That's why it's surprising to me na hindi siya pinupuntahan consistently ng setter ng Arellano.
That's true, but it could be that the setter of Arellano is just giving chances to others, but this is still a crucial game that they would want to win to increase or improve their ranking.
A drop there, good recovery, Aure to Quinto. Jouts at the net. The point will go to Arellano, and that cuts the lead to just 5 now. 17 serving 22. CJ Berdal at the service area.
It looks like Arellano is closing in.
San Beda, timeout muna tayo. Pakinggan natin.
Huwag mo na kayo magtataranta. Dahan lang muna. Ha? Kailangan lang natin mag-receive. Yung receive natin, abot natin doon sa pwesto ng setter para hindi makapag-execute tayo ng play. Ha? Yan lang muna gagawin natin. Receive tayo. Ha? Sige.
Guys, go natin more power. Tayo.
Gusto SBU!
Nice one.
Coach Ariel is also emphasizing that they take it one step at a time and they start with the receive first, as San Beda has been showing over-receives and inconsistencies, unlike what they have showed us in the first 2 sets. So I wonder what happened to mix up this this composure of San Beda's defense. But let's see if they can keep up and change it up again.
And change it up. Mukhang magandang response ng San Beda because Andre Bakel scored off that set by John Umali. 23 serving 17. 2 more points for the Red Spikers. And they will seal this win against Arellano. Ken Umali the service. Ginto. Umali, another quick drop this time. Bakil, kanina malakas, ngayon naman drop lang. Still the same point.
That's true, and he's showing us that he can not just only block but also be a contributor in the attacks.
Match point para sa Red Spikers. 24 serving 17. Ken Umali serving. And what a way, Anna, to end the game. Service ace, courtesy of one of the more consistent spikers for San Beda, Ken Umali.
Let's look at that highlights for this set.
Joshua Dato, wala na nagawa dun sa service ace na yun. Anna, did we anticipate this game to end up like this? I don't think we did.
Yes, I expected Arellano to give more of a fight for today's match.
Exactly, because we were thinking these two squads, neighbors yan eh. Bragging rights yan. And they are preparing for their upcoming tournament. And, you know, they would want to win to end this tournament on a high. When kesyo na hindi sila na-qualify sa playoffs natin.
And both teams always give a fight, as we've observed in their previous games.
Exactly. Meanwhile, turnover muna natin kay Megan Cabrera, who has the best player of the game. Megan.
Thank you so much, Nori. Nagbabalik ngayon muli bilang isang best player of the game, Axel Book. Axel, ay, ito na naman si Rus. Axel, kulang kayo ngayon, wala si Ken Buhay. At nasagot niyo pa rin ang challenge ni Coach na punan ang mga kulang natin. So ano yung fire sa'yo and actually the rest of your team na nag-step up to be able to claim this win?
Ano lang po. Unang-una, nagpasalamat po ako kay sa Panginoon dahil po binigyan ako ng lakas. And yun po, sa pagka-injured po ng kasama namin is, yun po, parang yung nakaraan kasi is off na po kami. And nung kalaban namin inyo, then ito po, binabawi po namin ngayon. Parang lesson learned sa amin nung pagkatalo namin. And then ngayon po, na-execute po namin yung mga tinuro namin ni Coach. May konting binago lang po sa aming position. Yun po, na buti nagawa namin ngayon na maayos.
Ayan, Axel, meron ka bang gustong i-shoutout? Baka gusto mo na rin i-shoutout si Rus.
Binabati ko nga pala yung pamilya ko dyan sa Mindanao, and then yung coaches ko po and mga teammates ko po, thank you po sa lahat. And binabati ko nga po yung mga kababayan ko dyan sa Mindanao, sa Salvador City, sa SGA volleyball team, men's division, and sa mga kapitbahay ko po, sina EC, Gogoy, sila Gogoy, and Sila mama at papa, yung kuya ko, kapatid ko. Yun lang po. Maraming salamat po.
Thank you so much, Axel. Congratulations to you and your team. Back to you, Nori and Anna.
Axel Van Boo, congratulations for winning the best player of the game, making El Salvador Misamis Oriental proud. As we take a look, Anna, at the highlights of the game. Again, sabi nga natin, we did not anticipate this to be a 3-setter game. We thought Arellano would put up a really big fight against San Beda.
Yes, but I think San Beda made it look easy as everybody scored and contributed to their points very well, from their blocks to their attacks. Even their defense, their back row defense and their front line defense.
I think I would like to give credit also to Jerome Lopez, Anna. No? Although, of course, Axel Van Book being the best player of the game, let's not forget that without the smartness na pinakita ni Jerome Lopez into creating varied sets para sa kanyang koponan, it could not have been like this.
Yes, I agree with you. Especially, very crucial ang mga role ng setters talaga because they're the main playmaker.
Ayun na nga. And Jerome Lopez definitely outwitting Adrian Villados. Akala ko din Adrian will be showing up more than consistent dito sa laban na ito. Meanwhile, later on at 1 p.m., it will be De La Salle Green Spikers laban sa FEU Tamaraws dito pa rin sa Paco Arena. And this is still your vleague Collegiate Challenge Men's Division. Nori pa rin with Ana Gupico and Megan Cabrera. Lagi po kayong tututok sa vleague.